Welcome in, beautiful people. We'll give it a couple minutes, allow people to file into the chat. In the meantime, I'm gonna feed my bunny rabbit really quickly. Ali, mama. I know you want it. Come on. There you go, baby. Over here, baby. Come on. Come on. She's looking all over her bug. Come on. Come on. There you go. There you go, mama. All right. All right, make sure the lips aren't chapped for the live reading since I'm showing my face again. Welcome in to all of my beautiful chosen tribe. I'm happy to have you here on this hot Friday night where I'm at. It's gonna be a good reading, some good channeled ancestor messages. I did a nice meditation just before hopping on this live to make sure that my energy is right for you all, for the collective. If you're in the chat and you can hear me, drop a 333. Let me know that my AirPod is indeed working. Thank you, Sunny. And Sunny, for those of you who have been joining my lives, you know that Sunny in LA is my moderator. So if you have any questions about my services, offerings, Patreon, how to ask a question during today's live, please, he will answer any questions and lead you to where you need to go. We're gonna begin with a little bit of sound meditation today. Take our time, set the energy. I'm burning a bay leaf, not only because it's great at keeping away the insects in these hot summer months, but it also is divine protection as I channel these messages for the general public. Okay, and as the title says, today we're going to be looking at a tarot reading that's going to go through all 7 of the chakras, from the root chakra up to the crown chakra, and we'll pull a few other messages, anything that the benevolent ancestors want me to relay to you. And of course, if you would like to ask a personal question during this reading and I pull a card for you, you can donate any amount, it does not matter the amount, at one of the platforms that's listed in the pinned comment. Some of you may see behind me my bunny rabbit. She's munching on some good pellets right now, so don't mind her if you hear her digging in her hay in the back. She's an animal. I want to let her be free. So we're going to begin tonight's live with a little bit of sound meditation. This is a 432 Hertz crystal singing bowl. I'm going to add some high quality spring water, H2O, to amplify the frequency. So please turn your volume down to begin this live, and then you can adjust it once you hear how loud it's going to be. If there's anything that is heavy on your mind or your heart tonight that you're looking for clarification or clarity on, guidance from your benevolent ancestors and from the tarot, go ahead and take a moment just to write it down on a piece of paper. You might say it out loud and allow your ancestors to speak to you. I want to begin this live by saying, please, everything divine comes from within you, never without. So please only take the messages that resonate with you in tonight's live and leave the rest for someone who may need to hear it. If you'd like a reading that is specific to you, your situation, check out the description box. You can book a personal reading with me, and I get those uploaded and to you in 72 hours or less without fail. And if you're comfortable in doing so, if it's safe to do so at this time, I invite you to close your eyes, relax your shoulders down away from your ears. We're just going to take 3 rounds of breath together, in through the nose, nice and deep, filling up the belly like a balloon, holding at the top, and sighing it out. Taking another deep inhale through your nose. Taking another sip of air if you can. And this time releasing back through the nose. And for this 3rd round of breath, I really want you on the inhale to take the deepest breath you've taken all day, possibly all year. And on the exhale, really allow the body to relax. Allow the shoulders to glide down away from your ears, sitting up nice and tall. And let's once again breathe in through the nose deeply. And let it go heavy through the mouth. Much better. Welcome in. If you're ready for this reading, you're ready to take in these good frequencies, drop a 333 in the chat. Once again, adjust your volume before I begin to play. It's only going to be for about 1.5 minutes, so let's go ahead and begin. Beautiful chosen tribe, thank you for joining me on this Friday night. I hope that those frequencies find you healthy and happy. I do love to drink the singing bowl water after I play it, so I'm going to take just a quick sip. And without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into your ancestor messages and 7 chakra reading. Now I do want to pull a crowning message first, and then I will pull all 7 cards for the chakras, and we will work our way from the root up through the crown. If you are unfamiliar with the chakras, you'll get a mini lesson tonight in the different colors that are often associated with the chakras and what they entail and what they mean for you during this time. I love to see that people are here on YouTube, diving into high frequency energy, esoteric wisdom and knowledge, instead of taking in la cool, the spirits on a Friday night at the bar or at the club. We all go through our phases. I've been there, done that. This is how you spend a Friday night right here. C'est bon pas dire. Last shuffle, let's go. spirit guides, benevolent ancestors, Most High, please show. Crowning message popped right out for you. That's our crowning message. And I am going to now pull the 7 cards for the 7 chakras. If we get any extra, I will honor any extra cards that come out. Thank you for your patience. If you're watching this after it goes public, when it's no longer live, you can fast forward. I will pin in the comments where the reading begins. But I do encourage you to set your intention for the reading, taking in those few rounds of breath, intentional breathing, taking your breathing off of autopilot, relieving a bit of stress, taking in those high vibrational frequencies, and calling upon your own benevolent ancestors for guidance during this reading, because once again, High Priestess or the Hierophant energy, love to see that. Your own intuition will always lead you more than anyone else outside of you. Please show my beautiful chosen collective what it is that they need to see. Hello from Germany. Okay, so we have our root chakra here. I'm going to turn them over with you, so I will be just as surprised. I don't want the other chakras to what's the word I'm looking for? Cat's got my tongue. I don't want the other cards to dictate or delegate how I'm reading the first ones that come out. So we'll go chakra by chakra. Take 2 from the bottom. Let's take 1 more from the bottom. All right. Let's get to it. Let's see what Spirit has for my beautiful collective this evening. So crowning, let's start with your, not the crown chakra, but just the message from the Starseed Oracle, from your ancestors, that is crowning this reading tonight. And this is surrender to the sweetness. Surrender to the sweetness. Venus energy, pleasure, joy, and make love to life. I love this card, and it has come out quite a bit in the past several weeks. And it has been a resounding, now is the time, from your ancestors lately. When I see this card, I think of not just love, a potential lover here, but I think about your ancestors calling to you and saying, the water is warm. Don't just dip your toe, dive in. What are you waiting for? Now is the time. Surrender to the sweetness. And if you're interested in other messages, check out my Patreon. That is a completely troll-free community where I don't have to try and have my lovely moderator here get rid of the naysayers, the negative energy. We know we're divinely guided and protected, but it's always nice to keep the channel clear. So with this, I'm getting that there are a lot of Libras and Taurus who are going to be watching this reading, whether live or after the fact, because they are ruled by this Venus. This can also be surrendering to not just earthly or physical pleasures. Some of you, you've been taking life very seriously. And as you ascend from the 3D into the 5D, you are letting go of many things. But what Spirit is saying here is to not let go of the childlike spirit that exists within you. Don't forget to dance. Don't forget to still sing your favorite songs. Me personally, I played an old album from 2008 and I danced around for about 2 hours before I did this live, and my energy is exuding now. I feel so amazing giving this reading. So surrendering to the sweetness. It's easy to get caught up in the bills we have to pay, in the support we're not receiving, in the labor of love and how the fruits just aren't there yet. But you're being called, you're being asked to surrender to the sweetness. For some of you, you're being called to the water, to a pool, to a bath. It's going to cleanse your energy, much like how I poured that water into the singing bowl before playing it. because water amplifies your energy. You are mostly water. This planet Gaia is mostly water. And it's going to amplify any manifestations or affirmations that you're doing at this time to bring the world that you desire into the 3D, to bring it into fruition. For many of you, I am hearing artistry and creativity. I'm also hearing that someone has a dog that's just breathing really hard in the background. That message is not going to resonate with everyone, but I don't know if it's hot where you're at, but I'm hearing a dog just breathing very rapidly. For others, that may just be a sign that you need to go take your dog out for a walk, okay? And I often say, if you don't take walks in nature, you only go outside when you take your dog for a walk, well then you are not walking your dog is walking you. All right, let's start at the root chakra, our lowest frequency here. Our lowest chakra, it's our foundation. It is often depicted as the color red. And while it serves its purpose, fight or flight, survival, we want to elevate from that root chakra up into the higher frequencies as we go about our spiritual journeys, okay? So what do we have in the root chakra? 8 of Cups, more watery energy here. This is Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio energy with the cups. The 8 of Cups tells me that you have in fact been working extremely hard on mastering your emotions. You've been working on your communication with those you love. In business, I'm getting there's something you've been working at diligently. And with this 8 of Cups, you're simply just 1 cup away from wish fulfillment. I love, there's an art, a picture that depicts someone who's farming and they can't see the sprout above the soil. And they're getting ready to walk away and give up. But just beneath the soil are these roots that run so deep. And how perfect for the root chakra. We need to have roots that run deep. We need to have a solid foundation so that if wind, which inevitably it will come, people will try to come to knock you off of your path. There will be bad days. But if your roots run deep, you will thrive and survive through any storm that life is going to throw at you. And with this 8 of Cups, this is a great connotation, a great way to start the reading in letting you know that what you're working towards is coming to fruition. Do not give up. And for some of you, I'm getting that you've been working so diligently, but you haven't yet surrendered and shared this with the world. Artists, we tend to be very protective about our art. But what I'm getting here is this idea, you need to put action behind it. It is meant to be shared with the world. There's someone who's just like you, who's going to see your work and be inspired by it. Wish fulfillment is just around the corner. You may be seeing 8 a lot on license plates, on receipts. Look out for that 888, okay? And if you understand and overstand numerology, you may be seeing the 440 or any combination of numbers that adds up to the 8th. We are also just coming out of that Lionsgate portal. So for many of you, I'm getting that was incredibly powerful for you. Transformation has been the word of August. You are transforming, transmuting any emotions or energies that are no longer serving you here with this 8 of Cups. And here, I love to see this. Now, next we have the sacral chakra, which is often depicted as the color orange, much like that fire we have in the back. A lot of Leo energy coming out, and I'm not surprised because it is in fact your season. Now here with the Hierophant, here's this Taurus energy that came out with the Venus energy. So at the sacral chakra, you have the Hierophant. This is, your sacral chakra can be activated by moving your hips. We tend to store old emotions, dis-ease in the body within our hips, trauma, generational curses. So this is definitely a clear message from Spirit to move your body, move your hips, dance like no one's watching. And no one has to watch. This can be in the comfort of your own home, but it's going to be a great way for you to release any stagnant energy. With this Hierophant here, I'm getting that many of you have emerged now from the hermit mode, from cocooning yourself away from the world, and now you're ready to be seen. The Hierophant is number 5 in the tarot deck, so you may be seeing the 555 on the clock. I'm getting as above, so below, and many of you would benefit from the use of copper, whether that be a copper patch, a copper bracelet, drinking from copper mugs to elevate that frequency within your body when you drink your water. Heavy Taurian energy, so we have a focus here on financial stability, on improving your health, and this is a great time to do it as we get ready to enter into the autumn season where the veil is going to thin even more as we approach All Hallows Eve. But know that as a divine one, as a chosen one, you possess this divine connection through your ancestors to your ancestors at all times. They're only one call away. I'm getting someone here maybe British or Irish. Some of you may be learning about Baphomet, okay? You're learning about the shadow side as well as the light side. Not because you want to partake in that, but because you want to know who you're up against. You want to know who the opposition is, okay? And we all possess both light and darkness. But with these pillars, I'm once again getting this solid foundation. Whatever it is you're building, whatever it is you're working on, I just keep hearing a resounding, keep going. Yes, you're on the right path. And I'm also getting that many of you have tricks up your sleeve, whether you're quite literally a magician, or I'm even hearing politician for some of you. Politicians on a tarot reading, quite interesting. You have a trick up your sleeve. For some of you, it reminds me of the 4 of Cups, in which there's 3 cups right in front of you, but you're dissatisfied with what you have. Yet there's one fluttering just above your head, right underneath your nose even, and you just don't see what that thing is yet. Please, if you don't meditate, you're being called and urged to just do 5 minutes of meditation twice a week to start, if that's what you can commit to. That is going to help you to cultivate this clear channel to the divine and allow you to receive the answers, not just from tarot readers like myself, but from your own ancestors, from your own inner knowing. Beautiful energy so far. 8 of Cups at the root chakra, and we have the Hierophant at the sacral chakra. Many of you are clairvoyant, clairaudient. Many of you, we all possess these innate gifts, and it's just about how tapped in we are at the moment in order to receive. Are we on the frequency to receive? I often liken it to tuning into a radio station, especially when you're on a road trip and you start to lose one frequency as you pick up on another station. And the same thing happens here in the 3D plane. As we ascend into the 4th and the 5th dimension, as we vibrate higher, well, then we're able to receive these higher messages from spirit. As soon as I began this reading, there's a lot of noise going on around in my building. So for some of you, I'm getting maybe there's kids in the background who are trying to pull your attention from this reading. It's like as soon as you sat down to make a moment for yourself, everyone needs something from you, which is letting me know you cannot pour from an empty cup. Always, always. Pour into yourself first to better be able to pour into others. You cannot pour from an empty cup. It's really warm in here, so I'm going to take a sip of water. If these messages are resonating, please drop a 333 in the chat. Now we're moving on to the solar plexus chakra, which sits just above the belly button. It's your inner power. It's your I am with your affirmations. I am a money magnet. I am my ancestors' biggest dream. I am the one to break generational curses. It's often depicted as the sun, the color yellow, hence soul, solar plexus. Let's see what we have at the solar plexus. 3 of Wands, yes. 3 is indeed a magic number. If you were around for Schoolhouse Rocks and you know 3 is a magic number, drop it in the chat if you haven't already. 333, you can't make this up. This lets me know that you have many options at this time. If you want to start a new business, leave a job and start a new one, if you want to move from your current home, everything is going to align for you in perfect timing. Some of you may have been waiting for this for quite some time, but it's here. And I think even hearing it from me, it's going to be hard to believe that, you know, I've been hearing readers say that for years and nothing. It's coming. This Three of Wands is all about that fire energy, which is Aries, Sagittarius, and Leo. How perfect to sit at the solar plexus, that sun energy, much like the Leo. This is about your ability to manifest. I often think of Cinderella, bippity boppity boo. And we also have 9 people in the chat, 9 likes, which is the divine 333. Everything is aligning for you at this time. I'm hearing you have full body autonomy. I'm getting Connor, something about going into an office and someone around you saying that your dreams, your goals, they're unrealistic. Cut that person out, okay? Don't listen to the naysayers. If this is someone you have to work with, maybe they work in the cubicle next to you, just simply know who to share your dreams with. Know when to keep it for yourself. And that is another thing I have on my Patreon, where I've created this dream chat. For many of my chosen, we experience very vivid dreams, and they've only been amplifying over the last few weeks since that Lionsgate portal. There you can share your dreams. I share my dreams there as well, and we can find commonalities for future prophecy, just to not feel alone in some of these visions, because while some of them can be quite uplifting, others of them can be very, very heavy. And now I say this to say, not every dream or message is meant for the collective. Knowing what's meant for you and your personal journey and what's meant for everyone else is key at this time. I know which dreams are meant to share with all of you and which ones are meant just for me and for my spiritual evolution and growth. So very clear message from your benevolent ancestors. If you're getting a weird feeling from someone that they're not going to clap for you if you succeed, don't tell them about what it is you're working towards, because that evil eye energy can be very real. And now all of you here who are in the chat, you are divinely guided and protected by your benevolent ancestors, by the Most High, the universe. But protecting your ideas, protecting them before you're ready to share them with the world is going to be key at this time. That inner power at the sacral. Now we're moving into the heart chakra, which is often the color green. It is the color of nature, the color of life. The more we move in love and not in fear, especially at this time in our climate, whatever country you're in, it seems as though every time you turn on the news or open a social platform, they're constantly trying to bring you down into that low vibration of the root chakra, which once again, the root chakra serves its purpose, especially when we used to live out in nature, fight or flight, knowing intuitively by your second brain, which is your gut, when to make a move, when to fight, when to flight. But when you're tuning into all of these energies on social media and on the news, you may notice a common trend that is fear. So with this heart chakra, we're being called to move in love and not fear. Even if you experience fear, because it is so natural, I want you just to ask yourself, when you're making decisions over these next few weeks, am I making this decision out of lack, scarcity, poverty, fear, or am I moving in optimism and love, knowing that everything is going to work out for my greatest and highest good? Let's see what we have at the heart chakra. Tower in reverse. Ooh, more fire energy. Exactly. This is that fear I was just talking about. Many times when you see the tower, it can look quite frightening. I often think of it as this big storm or this earthquake. But once again, I'm a person who loves to create visuals, so I'm going to describe it to you like an artwork project in the first grade. I may be showing my age with this one, but I want you to envision an art class, maybe you did this too, where you took glue on a piece of paper and maybe you drew a heart or you drew stars or a butterfly, whatever you chose. And then you took different color glitter and you dumped it on the glue. When you dump that glitter all over the paper, it looks like a hot mess, okay? And that is the tower. However, when you shake that glitter off and everything falls away, that beautiful artwork that you created is now this clear vision. It's no longer scary. And that's what the tower is. The tower is always an indication that there is something, someone, or a place in your life that is no longer serving you. And it will do you good to willingly release this thing, okay? Not holding on to it, not chasing. Because remember, if you're chasing something, it's inevitably running from you. I don't know why inevitably it keeps coming to my tongue today, but with this, if you don't release what's not serving you, the universe, the Most High, will come in and it will shake it loose for you. It will overturn something, not in a painful or violent way, but it will remove it for you because you're not doing it yourself. And with this tower in reverse, it is a clear message from your heart. There's someone I'm hearing that you're holding on to who's no longer serving your greatest and highest good. This doesn't have to be romance. This could be a best friend. This could be your business partner. But whoever this is, you have to release them, because if you don't, you're both going to get tossed from this burning building. That foundation that you've been working so hard to build is going to crumble. And now, I don't like to fearmonger whatsoever, but this is, please only take what resonates with you. I'm seeing the name John. This may be Johnson, a last name, John being the first name, specifically John, John, could be Jon, could be a middle name. Yes, whoever this person is, they're just operating from that lower frequency. And it may be to no fault of their own. They might not wish you any ill will. I don't get that this person wants this tower to happen, but unless they can elevate with you from their root chakra into this heart space, this tower is going to be what comes. So, moving in love, not in fear. So instead of looking at that as I'm going to cut someone or something out because I'm scared of this tower, think, I love myself so much that I know I have to let go of something in order to elevate. Even planes have weight requirements for a reason. Some of you are on that tarmac, you've been waiting in queue for years. It's your turn to take off. The question is the weight overloading on the plane? Have you released all that no longer serves you? All right, drop a 333 in the chat if this is resonating. Next, we're getting ready to move into the throat chakra. This is all about speaking your truth, speaking your peace, speaking in spite of being afraid, because sometimes it's not about not having fear, it's about acting in spite of being afraid. Whether that's going on this live and showing your face like me. But you see the blue on the ceiling in the background. That is what we're tapping into with this throat chakra frequency. Let's see what Spirit has for us. 5 of Pentacles. The 5 is oftentimes dissatisfaction. So you are definitely being called at this time to speak about what is no longer working for you. Using that throat chakra, using your gift of words and communication to create financial, mental, and emotional stability in your life, because the 5 is not the most auspicious. The 5 is about imbalance. It is about being dissatisfied with where things are in your life. And I'm getting, you have to take action. You can't just think about what it is that you want to change, especially if it's in a partnership or a dynamic. Speaking your truth is going to allow you to not only let people know what it is you need from them, but then depending on how they respond to that, it's going to let you know if this is a person who's meant to be in your life for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. And if not, they may be that person that you're going to release before this tower moment. 5 of Pentacles. I'm getting LL Cool J with this card. Someone may be a ladies' man. I'm also getting Freaky Friday. I don't know if you're thinking of the song or if you may have been watching that movie recently. Some of you are waiting on a letter. I don't know if maybe someone you know is incarcerated, or you're waiting for a certified piece of mail regarding a contract, a will, some type of, it's very clear that it has to do with money, with financial growth and stability here. So that is a positive takeaway from this card. There is something that is going to come in that's going to allow you that financial stability that you've been working towards. So far, we've had the Cups, 2 major arcanas, the Wand and the Pentacles, Earth sign energy, fire sign energy, and water. Sagittarius with the Tower, Taurus with the Hierophant. No air sign energy yet, except the Venus here with Libra. All right, moving on to our third eye chakra, our pineal gland. Once this is activated, it is you being able to see through the veil, you being able to see the world through the matrix for what it truly is. Let's see what we have at the third eye chakra. 2 of Swords. Here's our air sign energy. Ask and thou shalt receive. Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, 2 of Swords. This is definitely a conversation that needs to be had. And once you do, this partnership is going to be in a beautiful, beautiful alignment here with the 2 of Swords. The 2 of Swords reminds you to be careful how you use your tongue, because it is your sword. Words do in fact hurt, okay? They may say sticks and stones may break my bones, but words may never hurt me. That was a lie. The lie detector test determined that was a lie. Words can hurt, and your words are very powerful. They cast spells. That's why they call it spelling. You're being called to collaborate with someone at this time. And before you sign on the dotted line, sign any contracts, be sure that you both are in alignment with the vision and the goal on moving forward. Have the hard conversations. Make sure you're both working toward the same thing here with this 2 of Swords. Some of you may be receiving an internship that you've been looking for. I'm getting the last name Thompson. With this 2, I'm also just getting that many of you are longing for this partnership. And it once again may be in business, and this may very well be in a romantic partnership. And I'm getting that some of you are getting ready to meet that person who actually aligns and is going to help you elevate, and you're going to both elevate together. And that makes perfect sense with this surrender to the sweetness being your crowning message in this 7 chakra reading. Just be sure, once again, don't just fall to the 3D pleasures. Make sure you're having conversations about where you want your future to go. And if someone is giving you a hard time about your expectations in a relationship or partnership, they're simply just not the one meant on your journey. Now, moving from that third eye to the 1,000-petaled lotus flower, the ultimate enlightenment, your crown chakra. So we went from indigo here at the third eye, and now the crown is often depicted as violet, which we have in the background as well. What do we have at the crown chakra? 5 of Cups, the 5 again. 5 of Cups. This is that dissatisfaction. Many of you are just dissatisfied emotionally and with your finances and your health. However, at your root, you had this 8 of Cups. I'm seeing at your sacral, you're at the Hierophant. You have the 3 of Wands manifestation power. But as we work through these higher vibrations, I'm seeing that there are conversations that need to be had. There are people, things, and places that need to be released. And that's when this wish fulfillment is going to come in. Many of you are seeing 444 on the clock. With this 5 and 8 of Cups, that is the 13, which is the 4 in numerology. Some of you in here may be life path number 4. If you're interested in finding out what your life path number is, you can always search it on YouTube. It's simply adding up the numbers until they break down to a single digit, unless you have repeating numbers 11, 22, 33, 44. I do offer those readings as well, life path, numerology breakdown. So check out the description if that's calling to you. Some of you are getting ready to retire or resign from a position that you've been at in a long time, and that would explain this Tower. it's basically, some of you may be feeling like you're pushed out, literally, from AI replacing your job, or from younger people coming in, and you're just, it's as though you're not respected anymore. And so that is a very clear message. When someone's no longer valuing your energy, it may just be time for you to bow out gracefully and remove your energy before they come in and fire or remove you. That's not to fearmonger. That is to put the power and the ball back in your court, okay? Only you know the answers to these questions. Please only take what resonates. You'll know when it's time to leave. I'm hearing that very clearly from Spirit. All right, I'm going to pull a couple more cards from the Starseed Oracle and see any clarifying messages that we have from the ancestors. If you'd like to ask a question during this live, I have it pinned in the chat as well as in the description. My donation platforms, there's no requirement. You can donate $1. You can ask a question during this live. Just let my moderator know in the chat that you've made a donation, and I will pull a card for you. You can ask any question that's weighing on your heart. Never required, but always an option. Spirit, any clarifying messages for my beautiful chosen tribe, my collective? Please show them what it is that they need to see. Your life is a canvas. I love that, because you've been being called in the last few readings to share your gifts with the world, to release that fear of judgment and step into your full power and prowess. And also, with so many visuals today about artwork, sharing your art with the world, the glitter on the paper, and here you have artist, manifestation, and creative accountability. I believe this came out as well in a recent reading, and it's just letting you know, hold yourself accountable. If you say, I'm going to release this project by this date, don't so much worry about it being perfect or in perfect order. Release it whenever you're being called to. But the time is now. That's been the clearest message over the last week, is that you're being called to take action now. Your life is a canvas. For others, this is going to be more spiritual. This is how you move through the world, taking your time to stop and smell the roses. You know, admiring that hummingbird just outside of your window. It's, instead of being annoyed when your kids are playing really loudly in the other room, you might get on the floor and play with them, enacting that childlike spirit that we talked about at the beginning of the reading. Lindsay, I'm seeing Lindsay's asking if she can have a message. Just let me know. Like I said, if you send a donation, I will gladly do a question. Otherwise, I will just allow this to be a collective energy reading, because all of my readings here are completely free. I do this as a labor of love. But if you want something specific to you, I have all of my bookings in the description, or you can send a donation of any amount. I don't even set a minimum for it. That way everyone has access to asking a question during these lives. Some of you are being called to enact that childlike spirit that we spoke about, whether that's playing with your own kids or just simply remembering what it was that you loved to do as a child. You're going to find so much solace in that over the next couple of months. And I love to see that. The ancestors are just saying, you know what that thing is. You know exactly what it is. For some of you, it's singing. For others, it's dancing. Many of you are artists, so just simply creating. God is creation. You enact God when you create yourself. So many empathetic star seeds. If you're an empath, drop a 333 in the chat. And Lindsay, no need to apologize whatsoever. I completely understand, okay? Or understand and overstand. Empathetic star seeds, we tend to take on a lot of energy. We want to save the world. Many of you have this superhero complex, as I call it. in which you want to take everyone along for the ride. You want everyone to come along for the journey, but not everyone can come with you. This card is saying energetic sovereignty and absorbing what is not yours. For some of you, you're carrying so much weight from the past, pressures that family may have put on you, roles they may have assumed you into, and you looked up and now you have all of these duties and jobs that some of them you're not getting paid for, and they're keeping you from activating and elevating to the next level, because once again, you cannot pour from an empty cup. You must fill your own cup first in order to be of service to the rest of the world, as well as I'm hearing your immediate family, your children, your spouse, your friends. Absorbing what is not yours. With this, I'm also getting mirror magic, okay? And this is not demonic, just like tarot is not demonic. A lot of this comes from African spirituality. But what I'm getting with this is some of you need to start your day by looking into the mirror, using that solar plexus, I am, and saying everything as if you already have it. Not just saying the words robotically, but believing, and most importantly, feeling, especially if you're an empath, feeling as though you already have what it is that you desire, what that looks like for you, how you might move throughout your home during the day when you have everything that you need, all of those resources. And when you do this, the universe cannot differentiate whether or not it is reality, and therefore it's going to manifest in your reality because that is what you're focused on. So for those of you who've been in that poverty or that lack mindset, that is definitely a reminder that you attract more of what you think of. Where energy goes, or where attention goes, energy flows. So especially for my empaths, no, it's okay to say no. No is a complete sentence. It's okay when someone who's used to coming to you for advice or asking you for something, but that day you just don't have it, it's okay to let them know, I'm not in the physical or mental space today to give, but as soon as I am, I won't forget about you. And anyone who's going to be upset with you for that is not meant to be in your life. Last ancestor message here. Someone here, whether this be a passed on loved one, I'm getting for many of you, it is a passed on loved one. This is someone who may have not treated one of your parents right, or your aunt or your uncle, and then that person is passing on that generational curse by treating the people in your family that same way. For others, this is on the 3D plane. This is someone who's recently exited your life, someone you may have cut off, no longer speak to, but they're saying clearly, I am sorry. Defenselessness, righting past wrongs, and uprooting. Some of you may have been uprooted from your home, from a job, out of someone else's selfish needs. They weren't trying to cause you harm, but they just weren't thinking about you at all. They were only thinking about themselves. And now that you are no longer in their life chosen, they're on their knees praying for you, praying to you, and praying for you to come back into their life. So we are in Mercury retrograde at this time, so do expect old people to resurface from your past. And as you elevate on this spiritual journey, you always want to forgive someone, because you don't want to withhold someone's forgiveness. You don't want to withhold your forgiveness because it's only going to stagnate them on that spiritual growth. However, just because you forgive someone doesn't mean that you have to let them back into your life. That choice is always going to be yours. I'm going to pull 2 more cards before we close out this evening's live. If the messages are resonating, please don't forget to drop a 333 in the comments. I appreciate you all being here with me on this Friday night. We're going to pull a card from the Sacred Spirit reading cards, and then 1 financial money card to close out. Spirit, any final messages for my beautiful collective? Any guidance on their path ahead over the next several weeks as they leave this reading? I love it. Number 24, which is the 6 in tarot or in numerology, light codes. Travel awaits you. And look at that pineal gland, fully activated, fully illuminated. Even the crown is shrouded in this beautiful golden light. Some of you, this is astral travel. This is you breaking free from this matrix. You can almost see these codes. They look like computer chips in the back. This is going to be travel in your dreams. If you can see it in your mind's eye, I'm hearing, well, then you can manifest it into the 3D. For other, this is physical travel in the 3D, whether that be relocating to a new job, finding a new home, apartment, or I'm even here specifically hearing condo for some of you who have been looking for a condo. This travel is going to give you a new perspective, whether in the dream state or in the awakened state. This travel to new places, even if it's simply taking a different route home, you may travel the same 2 ways home every time. Take a different turn. You never know what's going to be along that path that's going to spark that creative energy within you and allow you to bring that artistry forth to the masses. That's going to break that poverty and bring in those pentacles, those coins, that financial abundance that you and all of us have been waiting for. Travel awaits you. That's the perfect card to segue into our final message from the Egyptian Tarot, looking at finances. Let's see what message we have for finances. Oui, condo in Paris, beautiful views. Am I the only one who's been having, I've always had very extremely vivid dreams, sometimes even prophetic dreams, dreaming of things before they happen in the physical. But lately, it has been on another level, let me tell you. Spirit, please show my beautiful collective what it is that they need to see for their greatest and highest success in spirit and in flesh, attracting in the financial abundance that is owed to them. Ooh, 2 cards, I'll take it. We have 1 in reverse, but I'm gonna read it in the upright. Wow, I love to see it. Earlier I said the High Priestess when I pulled the Hierophant. No such thing as coincidence. Here she is, the High Priestess. You also have another major arcana, the Fool. So we have 2 and 0. You may be seeing that 222 on the clock quite a bit. This is my money deck. You can see this Fool here. There's someone who's trying to hold you back as you start this new journey, as you bridge this gap between worlds from the 3D into the 5D. And I'm pretty sure I had seen Between Worlds at one of the top of the decks. It's not there now. But the Fool is often someone who just dives in with blind faith. And I love that optimistic quality about the Fool, because they dive off the cliff not knowing if there's water or dirt at the other end. They're just so tired of their current circumstance, and they're putting all faith in their benevolent ancestors, into the Most High, to know that everything is going to work out for them. But I do see here in this specific deck, this Fool is depicted as, you know, there's this cat that's trying to take their energy, almost like their claws stuck in the cloth that they're wearing to hold them back. So many of you with that Tower, with the dissatisfaction in emotions and in finances, very clear messages that you're going to have to release someone or something that is holding you back. Now this may be your cat while you're watching this reading, jumping up in your lap, or they may be laying next to you during this reading, just purring. I'm getting that some of you may have orange hair, or specifically an orange tabby cat. Very clear message to not get caught up looking at your own past. You see, you can't see the path ahead if you're turned around Sure, hindsight is 2020, but for some of you, you spend so much time, especially at night just before you go to sleep, recycling all of the bad things that have happened or the things that haven't worked in the past. And the thing we think about last before we go to sleep is the energy we wake up to in this matrix when we wake up the next day. So very clear message that meditation is going to allow you to elevate and release these burdens, these traumas from the past, and it's going to help you on your path ahead as this high priestess. I'm getting for some of you, look at all of this beautiful energy. Some of you may be tarot readers yourself, clairvoyance, clairaudience. You may just have the gift of speaking to the masses and invoking change, giving people not just hope but action behind the words. And I'm seeing that many of you just don't even believe that you possess all of this power, but you most certainly do. High priestess energy. Beautiful reading on this lovely Friday night. Thank you all for being here with me. I appreciate your energy. Once again, if you'd like to join my Chosen Tribe community that is completely troll free, check out the link in the description and you can join my Patreon, book a personal reading, or leave a donation if you feel inclined. Never any pressure. Until next time, I'm sending you peace, love, elevation, and consciousness. Namaste and Nase.